Yo, what's up guys? This is Aphix and welcome back to the channel. If you are new, welcome to the channel and welcome to my first non-game dev tutorial. Today we will be making a file encryptor using Python, and we will also be able to decrypt our files. So what I'm going to do to start off is I'm going to cd out of this directory. I'm just going to go into my D drive and just make a directory. So in Windows this command works too. It's make directory, and what we'll call it is Python file encryptor, and we're just going to cd into that. Now once you have cd'd into that, we will create some files. So all we need here to start is just a main.py file. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it using Vim. And what you can do is you can go and open the file in Visual Studio Code or whatever IDE you're using. And a little shortcut is if you go over to PowerShell, or not PowerShell, if you go over to command prompt and you can write code and then dot. And if you click enter, it'll open your directory in Visual Studio Code. And from there you can basically create files you want to create. Now our main.py file, we are going to create an encrypt function and decrypt function. So I'm just going to define an encrypt function, and it's going to take in two things as a parameter. So it's going to be the file that's in, and let's just call this file in, and we need the file out also. And basically what's going to happen is it'll take in the file in and it'll encrypt it and put it in file out. So now what we are going to do is make the colon and do the tab. In Python this is necessary because there are no brackets that are used. So basically the code blocks are separated by tabs. So what we're going to do is set the result file to be open, the out file, so file out, and we are doing this because we want to save the output to that result file, and opening the file is basically just letting us read from it or write from it or write to it. So what we're going to do is also specify that we want to write to it using this W key. And now what we're going to do is open the in file, so with open, and we're opening file in, and we are opening it as a read file, and we'll call it file for now, and we're opening it to read it, and we're going to iterate through every line in that file, and for every character in the line we are going to set a temporary variable to be equal to the chr of the ord of char plus 3. And basically what this is doing is the ord right here, this keyword, is basically taking the ASCII value of the char variable, and we are adding 3 to it and then turning it back into a character. Now what we're going to do is we're going to write to the result file, so result file.write underscore char, and basically we're writing the newly encrypted character. And over here I am going to close the result file so everything gets saved, so result file.close. And let's go and test our functionality here. So let's just write encrypt, and I'm going to use file in as in.text, and the out file will be encrypted out.text. And what we're going to do here is now we're going to save our file and we're gonna run it. So depending on your operating system, you can run it in different ways. To run our file, we will do python main.py. Now if you're on a Windows operating system, this is not going to work, so you're going to want to use pi dash and then you put the version number. I'm probably using 3.9, and then you put the file name main.py. So over here I'm going to run python main.py, and you actually have to specify the version, so python 3 main.py. And it does look like there's an issue here. Oh, and so the issue here is that we do not have an in.txt file, and what happens in Python is if you try to read from a non-existent file, it throws an error. So what we are going to do is touch that file. So I'm going to touch in.text, and I'm going to go into Vim, and you could open it in any text editor. And what I'm going to add to it is, this is a sample line, this will be encrypted. And I'm now going to save that and quit out of it, and we'll go to run it again. So python 3 main.py, and you can see that everything went well. So we're going to look in our directory, and you see that there is now a file called encrypted out. Now, unlike the reading function in Python, or basically the open as read, you can actually open a file that is non-existent to write into it, and it'll basically just create the new file for you. So I'm going to open this up in Vim. So Vim and encrypted.out.text, and you can see that there's a bunch of gibberish here, and it just looks really weird. And there's this XOR symbol, and this is just our escape character. So how did this become like this? So let's just exit out of here, and let's look back in our Python file. And you can see over here, it's encrypting all of the file that we have and putting in here. So now we have to check if the reverse is true. So let's create a decrypt function here, and we'll just call it decrypt. It'll have file in and file out. Now I'm going to set the result file to open, and the name will be the same thing as file out, and we're going to write to it. And I'm going to open the result file. So this could be file in, and we're going to read from it. And we're going to iterate through every line in the file and every char in every line. And a char is a character. And we'll set another variable here, except we're doing the opposite we did last time. So we're going to do chr, and I don't know why this keeps happening, and then ord, and we are going to modify char, and it'll be -3, because we are then subtracting that 3 that we added on in the encrypt method. And to save everything in the file, we will have to save it down here. So result file.close, and one thing that we do have to do is also write this to the file. So result file.write _char. And to test that everything is working, let's comment this out, and let's add in our decrypt method, and let's decrypt encrypted out.text. At least this is what we encrypted before. And let's set the file out to be decrypted out.text, and we're going to save this file, and let's run it. python 3 main.py, and looks like there's an error. So file in, I did have a stupid typo here, so I'm going to fix that really quick. And now we can go and run our Python program. Looks like there's another issue here. So I'm going to fix this once again. And it looks like there is no just file variable, and I forgot to set this as file. This will basically set the file variable to what the open function returns. Now I'm going to save this, and this should work. So you can see that everything is good. And what we're going to do is check our directory, and you can see that we have decrypted out.text, and it basically prints out what we had before. This is a sample line, this will be encrypted. And if we want to go look at our encrypted out.text, you can see that this is just a bunch of gibberish that no human can understand. So this is a very simple cipher right here. It's basically just an ASCII value changer, and there are other algorithms like hashing that are a little more secure. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's tutorial, and the next one I'm hoping to make a more advanced cipher and maybe do a password hash. If you need any help or you want to chill out, you can go and join the Discord server. The link is down below. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps me know if this is helping you or not.